There is something many people wait for after it all ended: closure. A final conversation, an explanation that makes everything make sense, something that ties it all together so they can finally move on. But what happens when that moment never comes? Few years ago, there was a man with foundation beneath him can build almost anything. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am glad something led you to this space today. This is where we have the conversation that actually move the needle on healing. Not the surface one, the deep ones, the honest ones. And if you have been on this journey with us from the beginning, I see you. Every episode you show up for is a deposit into the man you are becoming. And today's conversation might be one of the most important ones yet, because today we are talking about something that quietly keeps thousands of men stuck long after they think they have moved on. The endless wait for closure. So stay with me. You replay the last word, the way things ended, what was said, and what was left hanging in the air unsaid. You run through conversations that never happened, imagining what you would say if you had one more chance. Because somewhere inside you, there is this belief: if I could just make sense of it fully, if I could just get the last honest answer, then maybe it won't feel this heavy anymore. But the truth that nobody wants you about is this: some ending doesn't come with explanation. Some people leave without giving you the answer you are still holding out for. They may never come back to give them. Before we go deeper, if this series has been part of your healing, share this episode. There is someone in your life right now who is still waiting for a conversation that isn't coming. This might be what finally gives them permission to stop waiting. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This community is growing, and there is still more of this journey left to work together. Living without closure can feel like walking around with an unfinished story inside of you. No clear resolution, no moment where it all finally clicked. Just question, quiet, persistent question, lingering in the background of even your best days. And here is the part that most people don't recognize until it's already happening. Waiting for closure can quietly keep you anchored in the past. Not because you want to go back, not because you are still in love with what was, but because something in you refuses to fully move forward until it understands, until it gets that final word, and so you wait. And the day pass, and the wait stays. We'll be right back after a short break. Stay with me, because after this, everything about how you see closure is going to shift. And when it does, something in you will shift with it. Welcome back. Now, here is the reframe that changed everything. What if closure isn't something you receive from someone else? What if it is something you create entirely within yourself? Not by forcing answers that aren't coming, not by replaying, not by reopening wounds that have barely begun to close, but by arriving at a simple, quiet, liberating truth. Not everything will be explained, and not everything needs to be, because your healing was never supposed to depend on someone else's word. Your wholeness was never theirs to give, and it is certainly not theirs to withhold. The moment you truly understand that is the moment the waiting begins to lose its power over you. You can acknowledge what happened without fully understanding why it did. You can accept that it ended without agreeing with how it ended. You can feel the weight of the unanswered question and still choose to take a step forward anyway, because closure doesn't always arrive at the moment. Sometimes it arrives as a decision, a quiet one you make alone, where you say to yourself, I may not have all the answers. I may never have them, but I am no longer going to let that stop me from living. That decision is not giving up. That decision is not pretending it doesn't hurt. It is the most honest and courageous act of self-respect you can make. It is choosing your future over your unresolved past, and you are allowed to make that choice today without waiting for permission from anyone. And in the moment you make that decision, something shifts. Not loudly, not with fireworks or sudden peace, but deeply, quietly, permanently. You stop looking backward for permission to move forward. You stop holding your own life hostage to a conversation that may never come. And you start stepping into what's ahead. With everything you have already learned, everything you have already survived, everything you have already become. And that is when you will realize you don't need closure to become whole again. You just need to stop waiting for it. The wholeness was always yours. You just had to decide to claim it. If this one moves something in you today, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone still waiting for a conversation that isn't coming. Save it for the moment you feel yourself slipping back into the waiting. And subscribe so you are here when the next episode drops, because this series has somewhere powerful left to take you. Until next time, stop waiting for someone else to set you free. You already have everything you need to do it yourself.